Hey, what's going on, you guys? Come on in, come on in. Hey, what's going on, King G? How you doing? Hey, appreciate the love. Hey, thanks for checking in. Go ahead and see if we get some people to come in. We get started in a little bit. How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday. What's going on, Swain? Double R, what's good? What's good? Good to see you guys. How y'all doing? Look, you already coming in hot, Swain. Hey, tell you the truth. Hey, same here on the low. Same here. Good to see you guys. Nah, hey, what's up, Rebel? Hey, y'all at the right live stream. I came in on a different source, just like it because we're gonna be doing the film again, so I want to be able to share my screen with you guys. So I came in on a different one. So yeah, so you good. How you guys doing today? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Let me get the screen up in a second, and then see if you guys can see that as well. And let me know if you can hear the music. Let me know how it sounds.
Prescott.
My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Let them know on the other one. Forgive me, y'all. I'm catching up. Let me catch up right quick. All right, yeah. What up, Tavis? Hey, Miss Etta. How y'all doing tonight? Rev Rebel, Michael Lockhart. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Yeah, I did, Michael. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to come through another source so I can share my screen with you guys. Dope Meister, what's up? What's up? Miss Regina Green, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you guys. Sorry about that first stream. I had to kind of redo it so I could share my screen with you guys. Still kind of getting the hang of this. Landlord, what's good? What's good? Hey, you came through, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Dwayne Brown, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, good seeing you guys. Thanks for y'all time. Hey, just real quick, hey, y'all gotta put some 100s and some fire in the chat for my man's landlord. He came through, man. That's big for me right now. Hey, you gotta be smiling, landlord. Hey, thanks for your time, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, hey, like Fave said, yeah, hit that like and share. Yeah, let everybody know I'm live. Tell them come through. Just gonna run a little bit of film. Just kind of chilling on a little bit of Sunday. Let me get some of these this last minute details kind of cleaned up a little bit, you guys, and then we'll get started. All right, you guys. All right, let's get started. How you guys doing today? All right, thanks for being patient with me, you guys. Just trying to catch up a little bit. I See you, Mr. Gina Green, Swain, the Balar. Thanks for checking in, guys. All right, so like I was saying, talking about last night, we're just going to kind of continue on that. We're talking about some of these defensive players who could kind of make a big jump in their second year. And as I said last night, in some instances, like I believe it's Osa's fourth year, and I think he could, be one of those players who could really stand out just with the presence of Mozzie, and as far as Bland, with us bringing in Gilmore and Diggs as well. I think he could just continue to kind of elevate his game. I didn't really mention him last night, but I think he'll just kind of just continue on his trend of just his really just his trend of discipline. Just kind of, also bettering his mindset as well when it comes to his game on the field. And also, like I mentioned last night, Sam Williams, I think he's going to be a huge candidate for a breakout year this year. And he's definitely going to, just get some more of those snaps, that Armstrong and Fowler kind of had last year. We're going to kind of not see them see them take a step back, but we're going to see just Sam Williams kind of get more of those reps with the ones in training camp and just see how he can, handle that load. Swain says, I have a feeling Overshown. Let me see. I have a feeling Overshown will get some play this season. Our linebacker depth is shaky like the golden tooth on payday. See, I gotta read this stuff. Hey, you crazy, Fave. Yeah, you ain't lying though. Like for real. Like, hey, like that gold tooth on Jerome too. If anybody, I know y'all be watching Martin out there, so I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, we definitely have some questions in that linebacker room. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's how I think. Like we were talking about how who did we mention how Bland that got his play because not saying we wanted to be because of injury, but how Bland got in there because Lewis was out. We might see LB get in there just because, like I said yesterday, we may not see Jabril Cox, get to that. We want to see him get to that level, to see him get his time in too, because we've seen him put that time in. And, we know he's coming off his injury as well a couple of years ago, so we want to see him kind of elevate his game as well. But with that opportunity also comes in as shout out to JC, as he calls him Agent Zero. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to come in and get his play as well. Y'all crazy. All right, you guys. So what I did, I just, kind of when I come up with these videos, I kind of want to take a look at just different, get different games and different perspectives on how these players are playing. And for these particular players, and for these players in particular, we know Clark, like you said, didn't come in kind of until later in the season, and Sam Williams, he got a few reps, early on than the other two main. Of course, Osa had his, snaps from the beginning. We know that. So Osa, I didn't really, particularly look for him, but when I was, looking at through these games over again, I was kind of noticing a trend. I don't know if you guys are rewatching any of these games, but I kind of noticed that there was, certain points in the games, or even just sometimes even in general, they were kind of doubling Osa in the middle. Just kind of, they know that he has, so much power, and he just kind of, he has. For me, he has excellent footwork, and for me, his power comes from his feet. He's like stable in his game, and he knows how to just kind of throw his opponent forward. And even sometimes, like I said, when they double him, sometimes just pushing through that line they try to create. He still can sometimes create that pressure, even in the pocket to the quarterback, for him to try to get rid of the ball, just because they know he's coming up through that middle. King G says Osa seemed like the odd man out. I don't know. If anything, I see Osa, getting a lot of snaps, and if anything, I see Gallimore maybe being more the odd man out, because he didn't really get a lot of play last year. But I think I see Osa. I think Osa kind of solidified his spot. He was definitely like I said, looking back to some of his games, he definitely was. Like I say, he continuously put pressure, on the quarterback, and definitely, sometimes a difference maker. He had a few sacks. We saw him come up in the 49ers game, and also just in big moments in general. As you guys will see in some of these clips, because like I said, I took just notes of some of the plays that he makes. You know what I'm saying? Just some of the strength he has. And I think, like I said, with the presence of Mozzie coming in, and even Hankins being here for full off season, I think that middle is going to be dangerous, you guys. That's a good point too, Dwayne Brown. Yeah, Bohanna, he made, and he has that size, but we just have to see him. I think, just kind of elevate his game of this a little bit more, not physically, but just to kind of use his physicality. I know he uses it, not to say he throws his weight around, but I just kind of want to see him use it more effectively, not just using his weight against the man, but just kind of maybe helping out a teammate or just kind of just making those snaps just a little bit more effective. Yeah, Dope Meister says I think Gallimore. Yeah, I think Gallimore, which and maybe Bohanna, but I can see them keeping Bohanna above Gallimore just because Bohanna has those snap counts. So it's about um, not necessarily being prepared, but just having the experience. And we just had them snap counts last year. And there were times where we didn't see Gallimore on the field, and you were wondering if he was just a scratch or so we were thinking about some that at times when we didn't see him get on the field. Hey, what's up, Jameson Taylor? Good to see you. How you feeling today? I hope you're doing all right, man. Yeah, we all happy to see you. All right, you guys. So we're gonna start with the Lions game, just because, like I said, this is kind of where, not where most, well, it's kind of where their plays kind of start. Is kind of where Sam Williams, like I said, he was able to, like I said, record two of his sacks against Jared Goff. And as we kind of mentioned some of last night, it's just really a continuation of last night. Um, like he had two sacks in that game. He was able to just really be effective. Also two pressures. He's able to get in there and just kind of, throw Goff off his game and just, like I said, be a little bit more effective, and just with the help of the guys around him. Double R says, how many days before preseason? Before preseason, I don't know. I think I think I did see somewhere that it was like because the official site DallasCowboys.com is doing like a countdown of like the days to the season, and then like for each number they're gonna they kind of do like a highlight on each player, and they did I think like 63 for Biotish. So I think it's about I guess give or take 63 days to the start of the season. As far as preseason, I don't know. See, Jamie said, I see West Coast is live. Hey, yeah. West Coast be doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and shout out to him. He's definitely one of my favorite creators, you know what I'm saying? One of the guys I reached out to, and, he's definitely just the insight he has, definitely good to have, somebody like him in my corner, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely supportive, too. King G, August 12th. I think that's the right. I think that's the right date, King G, for the start of preseason games. I think training camp. I think is the 26th of July. Hey, Miss Etta. Hey, Miss Etta Lockhart. Hope I said hi. How you doing? She's saying 60. I think she's saying 60 days. The landlord says, I don't know. Neville and Big Bo at war and Ghostin might be good over both. Oh, that's a good point. And there's times I've been forgetting about Ghostin. You know what I'm saying? Like he might be, kind of like what Watkins was. Like that could be him this year. Maybe he could be like that wild card we need just to kind of show up. Somebody we keep for death. Somebody that we just kind of stash. Somehow, some way on the roster. And like when we need that rotation, maybe late in the season, I could see him being as someone that could step up for us, kind of late, going down the stretch. Yeah, Tavis says Mozzie as well. Yep, I agree. He can definitely be a standout. Rav says out of the three, I hope Big Bo has the most improvement this year. Me too, because we even saw flashes last year with Bohanna. And I'm assuming you mean Neville along with him, and Osa is the third one. I'm assuming. So yeah, I hope we see some improvements from Big Bo as well. Swain says Mozzie the mover. Yeah, we definitely if we could, I don't know about creating names and stuff, but he could, I could definitely see him making a name for himself, just depending on how early he gets on the field. But I think his presence could definitely create some kind of disturbance on the field. Yep, landlord says we're gonna find out a lot at training camp. Mickey, you coming? Yep. Yeah, you already know, landlord. Yep. I'm gonna be out there that second week for when they put the pads on. I'm coming out there the 30th of July, and then staying for that week. You know what I'm saying? So, I said at least want to get just a few days of practice, and I'm getting about 3 days of practice, actual practice with the pads on. Hopefully, get some good info, and hopefully get some good info that first week. But I'm definitely excited to be able to come out there. William says about to head out with the wife, but we'll be listening. Can't type. Yep, yep. Of course, definitely be safe out there, Dwayne. Yeah, definitely put that first. And you and Mrs. Brown, be safe out there. Safe travels. You know what I'm saying? That's when still traffic out there. People, going, coming back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be safe out there. Double R says, as for me, can't wait to see Vaughn. He's gonna look like the tiny players in Madden. Stop. He is though, like that speed. I think when we see, how we, kind of how we reacted when we saw Turpin. I'm not gonna say like there's similar players and nothing like that. I'm just saying like as far as our reactions, I think when we first see Vaughn, like actually be put into situations that work for him and just kind of turn them jets on. Like this how like our reaction when we saw Turpin in preseason. Run those two almost back to back returns. You know what I'm saying? So I think he may, have a play here or there that might just catch us by surprise and say, hey, that might make us think different, or might make us think the same. Just depend on your opinion of Vaughn. It might just solidify your opinion of him. Oh, landlord said I missed it last year and had regrets. Hey, I feel you. I feel you, landlord. That's why I said this year I got the opportunity and the means. I said, and I ain't gonna miss it, for nothing. If I can do it, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like I said, starting this thing out. That's why I wanted to make it kind of worth it. Why not make something of it? Go out, get this content, share it, share it with y'all, share it with my family, because I love connecting with y'all. That's really what really, really inspired me to want to start this. I love connecting with other people who love, Dallas Cowboys. I love talking about them. And, of course, we all know everybody loves talking about us, but actually talking with fans who are for real about the progression. And what was crazy, not to get too far off point, what was crazy, what really got me about this, content creation is that seeing creators when, I really just kind of caught on kind of last year, seeing Boss, seeing Law, I'm saying, seeing West Coast, I'm saying, even seeing Henny come out, more recently, but just seeing, just this sport, our team just kind of being elevated to another level, just, not just covering sports, but like what really intrigued me about Boss is that, I'm saying, like he just kind of breaks it down as like a science, not just, with all these creators, like they kind of, help me understand more about the game, but also kind of just make it more intriguing. It's not just a sport anymore. It's not just something that happens, from September, I'm saying, to January, February. I'm saying, I'm saying it's not just, you know, it can be year round, and it can be, knowledgeable. It can be something that, that you can be passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really kind of opened my eyes to this a little bit. It's not about me, it's about the Cowboys. So let's get back on it, y'all. I see Miss Nisi tapped in. What's going on, sis? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Like I said, thank you everybody for your time. I know it's, about to be 6, about to be Sunday evening. Gotta get ready for the start of the week. But I appreciate y'all time. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, y'all. So let's get started. So as I was mentioning, actually my first, I just kind of went like in game order. So this is in no particular order for players. This is just going along with the game and just what I looked at is like kind of just highlights, and not even just highlights because no one wants to go through. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through the whole game and look at examples every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But it's just plays I've seen here and there that I think could be effective either with different personnel or even with maybe Mozzie added in here or there, or like if I'm looking at like a play that involves Williams, like a lot of these plays I've seen, like they may not have been 100%, like they may not have, as we like to say, finished the play out, but somehow, some way, like I mentioned yesterday, we always see these guys around the ball. Like that's kind of what I want to point out. Like most of these plays is Williams either putting pressure on the quarterback, Williams, coming down the ball handler, or what I'm saying, or Bland. Like I said, as I mentioned, he's sticky in coverage, and he's getting even more sticky in coverage. He's always around the ball, and he's always trying to, you know, make his presence known somehow, some way. And as we'll see later on down the line, like with the Texans game, that's kind of when we see all three players involved. We'll see Clark on the field. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Minnesota game, Clark got in there a little bit, and that's that. And the Minnesota game is a good example of all three players. And also, I think that was such a good game to look at. As I mentioned with other players, maybe Diggs, Parsons, LVE, like our whole really like just being real with y'all, like our whole defense could be elevated. Everyone's game can be elevated just with the pieces we've added, and even on offense. But we're talking about defense, but and we're just talking about defense. So with the pieces we've added and just the chemistry that they've already built over the past couple of years and for the past few years with Dan Quinn, at the head, what I'm saying? So this, and as I mentioned kind of when I first started the channel, like this defense has been putting up historical numbers just the past 2 years alone. So like there's nowhere to go but up. Like I think like 2023 could be, once again, this defense could just have a historical presence in this league. You know what I'm saying? All right, Jameson. All right. Sorry, guys. That's my phone going off. Sorry about that. But all right, Jameson. All right. Well, if we don't see you again, have a good night. You know what I'm saying? Get some rest. Be safe. We'll see you next time. Hey, shout out to Dwayne Brown for hitting up my cash app. Hey, appreciate you, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for the love. I appreciate y'all time. Thank y'all. Matter of fact, let me post my Twitter. I don't know if you guys have Twitter out there, but it's pretty much the same as my handle. On here. But it's pretty much new. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. All right. Sorry, y'all. Just turn the music down just a little bit so you guys can hear me. All right, so like I said, this is my first example right here. Like you guys see, it's a 1st and 10. You see the Lions kind of getting the ball. Let me see. All right, so we see Lawrence. We see Osa right here at the left, Parsons. Right here, this is just a play I'm looking at just for some help for Osa. Just because we see on this play that everyone, what I'll do is just explain the play as before it goes off, just so you guys get an idea of what to look out for. Almost everyone on this line will have a man to block. So when the play is snaps, you see the line kind of go back a little bit. But as you see, if it, like I said before, Osa's kind of going to be doubled. All right, so you guys see the stunt. So you guys see Osa going around. As you guys, as we talked about Golston before, I believe Golston is 91. As you guys can see, he's being doubled right here. So I think, as you know, as I mentioned, kind of as a theme throughout my videos, as far as personnel, I think if we insert somebody like Mozzie instead of Golston to kind of handle that double team right there, they might be able to push the line back to kind of help Osa with just a little bit more pressure on the quarterback to either potentially get a sack or just to kind of make that pocket collapse just a little bit more. So that way they're not able to get, what I'm saying, get the ball out, make a play. You know what I'm saying? Try to make it a second and long, vice a second and 3. As we can see, the Lions' offensive line was pretty much holding it down on that. So if we could just get, just a little bit more strength in the middle, because as we see, Osa just kind of being held up by that one guy. Dope Meister says, "You on Threads yet?" Yeah, I'm on Threads on IG. That's what you're talking about, Dope Meister. All right, so my next example, just a little bit further down. You see it lined up again. We see Osa, and you see number 99 here, just next to Lawrence. Now I forget who 99 was. If you guys remember, help me out. Throw his name in the chat. But on this play, we're going to see him, pretty much get demolished. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I mentioned, like with the 3rd and 3, like short yardage, us stopping short yardage is important, especially when it comes to the goal line, or even just as simple as stopping a first down. You know what I'm saying? Converting on downs. You know what I mean? It's important to stop. But, as on this play, we're going to see him kind of just, they kind of double team them. I mean, I know that's the point of it. They kind of, pretty much took his legs out, but they doubled him up. We see him coming down the stretch. I believe it's a tight end coming down. They take out Lawrence, opening up the middle for, I believe that's Williams going through the middle, and of course Osa misses him because they're pretty much doubling up, and that's when they open up the lane here. And you see 99 they just swallow him up. He goes back automatically. And like we see Lawrence gets tipped. And then we can see Osa gets held up. So we see them able to convert a 3rd and 3 on short yardage, just to open up, because they were able to open up that middle. I just think 99 is just at that moment like a small body, you know what I'm saying? And, 2 people on him would be nothing to get him out the way, as you guys see. So I think, maybe a bigger body like Mozzie or even Hankins, you know what I'm saying, could come in and potentially put, more weight on those guys and just, because they that's why they had to chip Lawrence, because they know he's a run stopper. So they had to even just that little whiff was able to make that play successful enough for them to live another down. Yep, I agree, King. Yep, and you heard me say earlier, like that O line they was going hard, and even really in that game, that's really what I'm saying. Like a line, like we were mentioning last night with the schedule, Lions could definitely be a tricky team. Like we see that definitely coming along. Like I said, we see that O line is solid. They're holding it down for sure. And that's what that and really that's why a lot of people maybe mentioned it last year. I'm not gonna say we got lucky, but I'm not mad that Swift didn't play that game, because they were definitely running on us. That run game that they have is definitely efficient. Their own line helps. And yeah, you was right. Yeah, Barb was definitely late getting there. I mean, we saw that a lot. Not gonna say, not trying to bring down Barb, but we did see that a few times, and with LVE as well. Sometimes if he wasn't making play, he would maybe get there late, being held up by a chip block. Right, exactly. Yep. Just like Brad said. Yep. 99, the guy in front of him was being double teamed. Like King G said, that line was holding it down. Like they know what they was doing, and it worked. Oh, 99 is Golston. Okay, okay. So you guys know who 91 was? I thought 91 was Golston. I know they both might be some depth guys. On that play, I see D Law's impact. Yeah, and we can see his effort definitely on every play. You know what I'm saying? And just like even that, just that little whiff, because they know they gotta knock him out of there somewhere, somehow, because they know he's a run hunter. Because he would have been right, if the guy had been there, he would have been right there, because that guy didn't block him, so he would have been right there at the play if the tight end wasn't there, and LVE as well. He really got there before D Law. So this next one actually isn't one of the candidates I mentioned, but this is just kind of just like a shout out to one of my favorite players on the defense, and I like to call him kind of an X factor player, because they can disrupt, they can still create plays, and they can still just come out of nowhere when you're not expecting them. So actually, this is a play where almost everyone on the line, on the O line, will have somebody to block. As you see, they bring up four guys, and this is just where maybe they forgot, or maybe they just weren't paying attention to Wilson over here. But we're gonna see Donald come up, you know, just kind of go right past Williams, and of course we see him not take out, but we see him sack Golf. And this is just another thing that I think the defense can benefit from. If there's only so many guys on the O line that you can take on our D line. So when we bring up these safeties, or even Jay, when that's one thing we can commend Jay Lou on. If he was free, down here every now and then he would come up. You know what I'm saying, and put pressure on the quarterback, get some hurries in there, get some sacks every now and then. So I just think that, just like I said, these additions that we made, we can see some big steps from different parts of this defense. Oh, Watkins, you guys are right. Carlos Watkins, correct. Thank you, Tavis. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Miss Edda. Thank you, King Gene. Appreciate y'all. I forgot about him, because I think we lost him at the week 8. It was a week 8 trade when he went to the Cards. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for y'all. I appreciate that. But like I said, yeah, on this play, we're gonna see Donald come up and, just like I said, put this pressure and just go right past Williams. and just that is a difference maker. We see they lost yardage. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a momentum stopper. If they're on the drive, that's just because they were driving down the field on us. Like I said, they avoided that second and long, made it a 3rd and 3, converted a 3rd and 3. So here we just bring in one of our X factors who they may not even be thinking about. They worried about this D line. They worried about Fowler. They worried about, I don't know if he's in there, Parsons. We see Armstrong on the other side. They even end up cursed, but guess what? Guess what they forgot about? And we even see Armstrong even got through there. I just think, and like we mentioned earlier, I just think somebody like Overshawn could be one of those guys as well. Just be sneaky, just somebody they may forget about. Maybe him being a rookie, maybe not him getting a lot of play time, and he could just come in and yeah, you guys right. Look, Watkins right there. Yep. Thank you guys. Yeah, so he could just come in and just also just be one of them sneaky players. You know what I'm saying? So, in the off season, okay, thanks, Tavis. And then I was rewatching this game back. Romo mentions that he actually, we don't know for sure, but there was actually as we see further as it keeps going, we see the wide receivers actually up the field, and it could have actually been a potential touchdown for the Lions. But as we see, we're just right here. There was a wide receiver up the field, but instead, with Donald's help, see right here, he easily saved the touchdown and made it a 3rd and long. So it's just the presence of that line, and now we just kind of solidified it. You know what I'm saying? Like it creates big plays like that makes 3rd and longs. They're not even met midfield yet, and that keeps points off the board. Yep, I agree, Tavis. Overshawn can be Wilson 2.0 in this safety blitz. Like wow, like for real. Like we could just have us having just some speed and these linebackers just to come up and help that line, and we know LBEs are known for speed, but we do see him get into those plays. We do see him come up through the pocket, and we saw him kind of later in the season, not necessarily timid and coming up and making some of those tackles. So if he gets even more to hit into his own mind and ready to make them plays again like this, we could see just a different defense altogether. Yep, I agree, Don. I agree. Though Maestro Donna was a straight up dog, but definitely a dog we need. Hey, what's good, Bruce? Hey, never slipping, man. That's how you do it. You stay on the grind. Correct. I heard that. We just going through this, this film. We just chilling on Sunday, and it's really talking about these defensive players once again. You know what I'm saying? What the kind of impact, some of the impact they had in 2022, and what they kind of impact they could have in this upcoming season. You see, the next example right here is, of course, we have Sam Williams. We got Parsons on the other side. So if Sam is able to just, or Slam, you know what I'm saying, is able to just up his game just a little bit more, up his game this season, not do so much thinking, having Parsons on one side and Sam on the other is just going to create havoc. And look, even Donald behind Parsons, like it's crazy. They ain't gonna know who to cover. Because look, even that was a storm for him. We got Donald creating a storm, and then we got Donald on. I'm sorry, Sam on the left. Like, and this could be, this could be every other play, y'all. Every other play of just the quarterbacks just being, what I'm saying, in the storm. we see his effectiveness early. Being his rookie season, week 7. Was it week 7, week 6, y'all? We see him getting hype, and we heard him in the offseason saying he wants to get 10 sacks this season. So, and of course, we all know now about sacks, but it's about the mentality. He wants to go out there and make plays. Let him. And then we're gonna check out one more play. It's his second sack in the game. And the other side, we have Armstrong. And if we decide to keep Armstrong, if we don't trade him or he's able to make the roster, just that pressure once again on both sides. Look, we see him just snatch the ball, just creating that play. Though, them DNs is going to be crazy. That competition, that's going to be another battle I'm looking forward to in camp. They going to be just like they be fighting for that ball here. They going to be fighting for them reps. So we already see early just how effective Williams can be on this line. Yep, Bruce. Yep, Donald was a vital part of that three-headed monster. Yep, you right about that. And Joe Meister says, remember when safety was a weak spot? Shoot, wasn't that just 2 years ago, 3 years ago? That's crazy, Amy. Just how quick. Just a few moves. You know what I'm saying? Can make. And we got guys ready to come up. We still got Marquise Bell. We haven't seen a lot of that. Still can bring something to the table. You're gonna see Izzy come up. We saw him in the Tampa game. So what I'm saying? This it can turn out to be different this year, y'all. If Sam sharpens his blend, O-line is in trouble. Yeah, like I was saying, you see the trouble they was in right there, just struggling just to keep them off of. It's one thing to try to stop them, but just trying to keep them from going at your quarterback, they're gonna have a lot of pressure this season. DC, that's right. Since we finally had the right person wearing 54, that's crazy. And what's crazy, y'all? I'll tell y'all one thing. I mean, looking for pictures for these thumbnails. You figure just typing in Cowboys defense, I'd be able to find a picture, just a recent picture of this last year of this defense. But in every picture that I found with 54, like, guess who was wearing it, you guys? And no, it wasn't Sam Williams. Like every picture I found, it was Jalen Smith, and I'm like, I can't post. I'm trying to post videos about Sam Williams. I can't have, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, like that's crazy. It's like you said, that 54 looks nice. Tavis says still see some stiffness in his hips. I think that's something that could come with, second year progression. Growing in this game, kind of thinking less as far as thinking about details. Saying now he can go into the game knowing what to expect. Kind of like Parsons was saying about his first year. Now he's used to game speed. As they say, the game's slowing down for him. Like we could, see him kind of change those. Because I kind of said the same thing about Bland. Like the way Bland sets, he's kind of stiff. He kind of gets turned around sometimes, but sometimes those things kind of go away with experience and just getting those reps in. Miss Nisha says I was pissed when they gave Jalen that number. I feel you. Okay, guys. So next we'll go to the Minnesota game. How y'all feeling so far? Y'all good out there? Y'all still out there with me? How y'all feeling? All right, sorry about that. I need some water. Go Mike, just give a thumbs up. Yeah, Bruce says I'm here now, so you know I'm rocking. Appreciate that. Taylor says I'm back like I left something. Bruce, you crazy. My best memory is Jalen trying to drop an elbow at one of our players. Hey, you know what my best memory is? Like when they was hyping up the game, like, or no, like that whole week they was hyping up. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Like it was wild to me. They was hyping up that game like the whole week. They was hyping up the fact the Giants went and signed Jalen, and oh my gosh, he's gonna give him the key to how to beat the beat the Cowboys and this that and the third. You know, and of course, at the end of the game, we see Jalen, or not even at the end of the game, y'all. He didn't even wait to the end of the game. Like after the his first play and getting in on defense, he shaking hands and dapping up the Cowboys players. I'm like, okay, yeah, he giving him the key, okay, and then of course doing jersey swaps at the end of the game. Like, come on, like Jalen not giving away no keys, or if he is, like, y'all gonna believe him? But they want to hype it up, y'all. That's what they got to do. That's what media. That's what they paid to do, y'all. And we hey, I follow it. I dig it. I get it. But yeah, so y'all just another example, another game I want to look at. Like as we know, the Minnesota game, was a good showing, for us, on offense, as well as defense. As we saw out the gate, we saw Parsons, a few plays in, make a huge strip sack, be able to recover the ball and just coming in, that whole mentality, coming off the Green Bay loss, just, how we lost and, the whole thing, everything that went on. That's going to be one of the games I look at, coming up on maybe my next live is the Green Bay game. Cause that game was really just interesting, but we're going to worry about that the next live. But yeah, so coming off a week like that, we have the guys coming in, of course, questions in the air, during the week, are we really the team that we, present to be and this, that, and the third? So, us coming in off the bat, just, sending a message like, hey, like, we still, we still in boys, we are coming with this mentality. So, just seeing some of our young guys finally get in there. Like I said, Williams, he's in on this play, I believe. That's LVE. I believe this is Clark right here. Yes, this is Clark, you guys. And I believe Bland is on the field as well because, as we know, Lewis went out in the Lions game, so by this time, Bland has got a few snaps in the Green Bay game as well. And I believe this is his third game being active. Well, maybe second game starting, third game active. Forgive me, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna just take a few examples and just see how they're progressing in their game. Just a few games down the line, we're getting to a little bit of the nitty gritty of the season. Into games that are kind of like the meat of the schedule, the games that have a little bit more meaning to them, that may be a little bit more tougher just because they're positioning on the schedule. So these guys are I wouldn't say, well, yeah, I would say, feeling pressure, but I wouldn't say pressure because, it's regular season, but I would say, just kind of settling in to their game, the feel of the game, how they need to be playing, how they need to be thinking out there on the field and how they need to be meshing with, the guys that they're, playing with. Bruce said we tried to tell him about Jalen. He was still doing the laundry shuffle. He's crazy. And that boy he stay out there dancing. I like Jalen. Like he played tough for us. I never really was mad that he went to the Giants and nothing like that, or not that he had to feel the way about it. But he was always cool in my book. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how he did it, but hey, it's we see how the Cowboys operate. This is Hamid Abdulaziz. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. He says Eagles fan here. Hey man, how you doing? Hey, good to see you. Glad you joined in. For real, for real. All is welcome here. You really just talking ball, what I'm saying? Just doing a little, little film work on our boys, or some of our boys on defense. seeing how we can improve this year. I know we're gonna be going up against Graham once again, on the team, and of course some other guys you got out there. So, hey, you're welcome to join it. Hey, drop your opinion too. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button. Hey, let them other Eagles fans know on live so they can join in too. See, my bad, guys. Trying to catch up with the chat too. Trying to keep up what y'all saying. Joe Meister says if he gave the keys, the locks were changed. Hey, you ain't lying. And them locks were changed soon as they cut them. They changed any locks related to Jalen. Oh, Hamid says, love to see you and Simone with the sports, who was an Eagles fan debate. Hey, if you could, leave me her information or, somehow, some way, because I don't know her sports channel name, but yeah, that would be cool. I'll be up for that, because, the season's coming up, so we can, definitely have some things to, to run down and compare. And, they still got a squad over there, definitely can't sleep on them this year, but, that's definitely interesting, let them know where to find me. Jalen says still mad we released him. Like Lil Boozy would say, come on now, dog. I gotta tell you, that's like one of my favorite drops from Law, like for real. Like I be waiting on that sometimes. Like and I love some Boozy too, for real. And I'm glad he got out. They did the right thing. Yep, let them know, Miss Etta. Just don't come and talk a mess. That's right. That's right. Bruce. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. All right. So yeah, like this first example right here, we're gonna see Clark. Like I said, we always see these guys like around the ball somehow, some way. Like they're already trying to make their presence known on the field. So we're gonna see, just Sam just make his presence known around the quarterback. He's gonna close in. We're gonna see them kind of go to the sideline. Ends up just being like they just kind of dump it off and run up, run out of bounds. But we're gonna see Clark kind of close off the top, just to kind of make sure that he can't run upfield. So him just being in the area just kind of helps, just to make sure that the play, goes nowhere. Look, we even see Calvin Joseph in there getting some reps. We definitely got to see him kind of step up. You see Clark right up there up top. Like I said, we see Sam coming in. And we see Clark. Once again, we're going to see Sam, continue to do his thing, continue to bring that pressure. I think once this man, like, look, he's already trying to utilize that spin move, just trying to get past the dude, put that pressure on him, make Kirk get rid of the ball, make him essentially throw it away. We see the guy somehow able to get the play off, and even he ends up out of bounds. But that's what you got to do when we see Anthony Brown kind of, try to close off that field for him, so he does catch it out of bounds. So that's where the D line and secondary kind of work together and pushing the player towards the sideline. We see him already kind of using some of that IQ to just kind of get around his man. Instead of just staying in one spot, instead of just pushing forward, I can't make a difference, or, oh, okay, well, I did my job. I did my one move. He decided to keep at it, keep bringing that pressure downfield. Right here, this is a play where I just like where Clark just kind of just finds the ball and just kind of brings his whole, I don't say by himself, but we see him just kind of split. You know what I'm saying? Look how he just kind of takes it over. Just say, "No, you're going down. You're not going nowhere." Just kind of sees where Madison is going, and we see Fowler kind of get his hands on him first, but we see Clark just kind of bring it because he was, if LVE was still kind of tangling with the dude, he could have been gone. Madison could have been gone. So we just see Clark kind of just come downfield, kind of how Overstrom could come through and just kind of, just put a total stop to that play. Hey, JC, what's good? What's good? Hey, good to see you tap in, man. Just trying to show this film, just trying to, show some points where our defensive players can kind of improve this year, and really, how they kind of had their stamp on the game last year, just kind of making their presence known. Hey, just saying what's up, just trying to keep up with the chat at the same time. It was good, Jazz. Good to see you too. Thanks for joining in, you guys. Good to see you guys. Hope I ain't missed nobody in the chat. Oh, you right. I got you, Miss Etta. I'm gonna come through with the mods. I'm gonna come through in the mod, you guys. Let me do that. Let me get to this film. I'm gonna do that offline. Hopefully next time I go live, all you guys will have your mods. I would like that though. That's a good idea. A weekly debate show with 3 other female creators from the rivals would be dope. I definitely gotta, take a look out there. See if there's any ladies out there. That's definitely a dope idea. We got some ideas brewing, y'all. I promise you guys. Bruce says an NFC East roundtable. That would be nice. I reached out to another creator. We got some things coming for you guys. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Let me know if you guys still here and see me. I'm still here. There we go. All right, y'all. Can y'all see me? All right, cool. All right, cool, Bruce. Thank you. All right, yeah, we back. What's good, y'all? All right, yeah, let's continue. All right, so yeah, like I was saying, like just the way Clark kind of came in on that play, like he could just, like I said, he could just be another X factor on this field, like just one of those sneaky players that they may forget about, or that could just make a play just because of the speed, cutting across the field. The same thing with Overstrom. Let me see the next example. This is another example. See how Bland comes up? We don't see him, like I mentioned earlier, we don't see him completely finish the play, but we see him come up to help out Lawrence, trying to make the tackle. We don't see him just covering his man. He comes up to provide help. You know, saying, because that was a whole lot of space right there. You know what I'm saying, between him, between the line of scrimmage and the first down yards. And we even see Kirsten. And at that point, and if they had that pressure put on, that gives the other people, not people, I'm sorry, but the other players on the field time to come up and, as we like to do, swarm. So instead of that guy able to just essentially turn the Jets on and kind of turn upfield, he sees Bland coming up, and he almost has to hesitate before he can fully make a play. We see just that one look of hesitation, him having to go around everyone. Just Bland, just being in that area coming up, you know what I'm saying, just making his presence known, like, hey, you gotta go through me to get that first down, you know what I'm saying? Here we see Clark and Bland. Always in the area. Just up here. Just closing out that space on the field, making them to go to the sideline. Now this one, let me slow it down because I want to do a full screen on this one, because on this play, when I first particularly started looking at it, I was just slowly looking at. Oh, okay. I see what you guys are saying. Okay. I figured if I played the music over it. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you guys are saying. Okay. I'm going to look that up, the all 22. Can you guys hear me?